Canelo Alvarez is now the WBC franchise champion, and Jamall Charlo is now the full champion. Blessed love and blessed day, boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fire and this is real life boxing. The WBC has named Canelo Alvarez the franchise champion and Jamall Charlo the full champion. Before we get into it, I'm gonna ask you guys to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded, and you can be notified when we go live. Now let's talk about this. This is breaking news. Just dropped. Boxing scene, and I'm gonna shout out to CJ Goodfellas Sports TV because I seen it on there first, and then I went and looked up the article. I was actually looking for it because I had heard it, and I was actually looking for it before I seen CJ's video, and then I saw the video. So shout out to CJ over there, Goodfellas Sports TV. So let's talk about it. Canelo Alvarez is now the WBC franchise champion, and Jamall Charlo is now the full champion. Adding to the crazy confusion of title belts, the World Boxing Council has now created a new world title position, with Saul Canelo Alvarez being tabbed as the WBC franchise champion. By doing this, the WBC removes Canelo from his position as middleweight champion, and in doing so, they have made the interim champion Jamall Charlo the full middleweight champion. Charlo is back on Saturday night in Texas when he defends his belt against Brandon Adams. The WBC explained their reasoning for the move, which further confuses everyone who follows the sport. Canelo also holds the IBF and the WBA versions of the middleweight title. During his recent mid-year meeting in Honolulu, Hawaii, USA, the WBC Board of Governors approved Rule 3.26 of the WBC Rules and Regulations, which creates the designation of WBC franchise champion. The franchise champion is a special designation and status which the WBC may bestow to a current WBC world champion who is also an elite boxer and who has achieved and maintained the highest of statures in the sport, the sanctioning body stated. Under Rule 3.26, in its discretion, the WBC may, upon two-thirds vote of the Board of Governors, designate in each weight category one WBC franchise champion. A franchise champion shall enjoy special status with respect to his or her mandatory obligations, holding multiple titles and competing for titles of other organizations, as the WBC Board of Governors rules on case-by-case basis. The WBC is bestowing that honor upon champion Alvarez due to his many accomplishments which have positioned him as major worldwide attraction in boxing, and in light of his unquestionable boxing career linked to our organization. Canelo Alvarez has represented the WBC for 11 years with outstanding results in his professional career, and apparently the WBC outlines certain conditions for their franchise champion. The franchise champion will be designated as WBC Emeritus champion once he retires from boxing. The franchise champion will proudly represent the WBC in every single fight as a reigning WBC champion, regardless of any specific conditions or titles being associated with all future fights. WBC rules and regulations will govern under the traditional conditions of boxing in the franchise champion fights. WBC will approve through franchise champion promoter every opponent scheduled to fight. Franchise champion agrees to participate in a minimum of two social responsibility events every year, organized and in conjunction with the WBC. The WBC may recognize a WBC champion in the division or divisions where the franchise champion currently competes. The WBC may award a diamond championship belt in those fights in which the franchise champion engages. If the franchise champion loses, the winner will receive the diamond belt and may be considered as mandatory contender of the division. So there you have it. The WBC pretty much joins the WBA with the WBA has the regular, the super, you know what I mean, like Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman is the super WBA welterweight, and Manny Pacquiao is the regular. So the winner of that fight will be will have the full version. So the WBC is just you know, adding more confusion, adding more belts and more status. It'll be interesting to see what they do in the future as far as the other weight divisions. It's kind of sad that we may never get to see Canelo Alvarez against Jamall Charlo, because Jamall Charlo was Canelo Alvarez's mandatory for an extremely long time. Then Triple G's mandatory, and he hasn't gotten, you know what I mean, to fight any of these guys yet. So that's kind of a tragedy that we may never get to see Canelo Alvarez against you know, Jamall Charlo. So you know, that's you know, I mean, shout out to Canelo, you know what I mean, the first ever, you know, franchise champion in history. But, you know, just what a time to do that, you know what I mean? It's kind of sad that you know, like I said, we may never get to see him fight you know, Jamall Charlo, at least where the WBC is concerned. Boxing, man, boxing politics. Hey, that's why it's too much to be, you know what I mean? Like, best fighters fight the best fighters. How about we just do that? You know what I mean? And call a fighter the champion. It's too much. It's too much going on. Too much statuses. You know what I mean? You know, if there's a fighter that deserves it, I say Canelo deserves it. You know what I mean? He's done a lot in the sport. You know what I mean? But you know, just more statuses, more belts, more confusion. You guys tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. I'm not gonna make this video long. I just wanted to put out that news. Jamall Charlo is now the full WBC middleweight champion, and Canelo is the franchise champion. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. Protect yourself at all times, man. Peace and one love. So if you like this video and you would like to see more great content like this on the channel, go to the PayPal link or the Cash App link in the description and show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. This is Real Life Boxing.